Good morning to you. I hope you had a Merry Christmas and a healthy, wonderful New Year. The turkeys back there was saying good morning also. Today is the day that we are going to get to work on the brooder. Got to get busy on putting the flooring in, and then after that I'm going to put the door in. I got the power hooked up yesterday. It is another cool, it's pretty cool, probably 34 degrees right now. I thought I seen a couple snowflakes. Dreary day. This is the fourth day in a row it has been wet, nasty outside. These are the days that I want to work inside of a building like this. So let's get this door up and let's get started. One of my spring cables is broke on this side, so we're not going to use this door a whole lot, but during the summer we will roll it up to get good ventilation in here.
But it's heavy.
So here we go. Let's get this job started. I got to cut some bolts off down here and lay another board down to get our subfloor screwed to. So all I'm doing here is using a grinder, and this is just a cut-off wheel that you put on the grinder, real thin, and we'll sit there and cut metal and get it on there. Make sure it's centered. Make sure when you're doing it, it's unplugged. It's got a lock on the back of the grinder. All grinders are different, but that way this doesn't turn and you can tighten this up. Ooh. So these screws are the ones we got to cut off. These are the screws that were screwing all the boards down to these cross beams. Got to get them off so we can lay our new wood down on this and screw it back down to these beams. Safety first. Now I'm going to use some big 3-inch self-tapping screws. That end right there is made to go through metal. That way we can screw them down to that I-beam. This thing isn't going to have to be screwed down near as much as these others was, because this thing is going to be stationary, not moving down the highway, and plus on top of that, we're going to be laying decking down on this. We just want this to be able to screw our decking to. Oh yeah, that's solid. Next thing is to go recruit some help. I got to have help lifting these. You want to talk about somebody I can count on all the time to be able to back a trailer? I think he can about back a trailer better than I can. We're just going to back this trailer right up to the front of this. The less we got to carry, the better. Perfect. Great job. So this Advantech flooring is a tongue and groove flooring. The tongue here, and then the groove is right here, and they're gonna lock together and making it a sturdier floor, especially once we screw it down together. Alright, so this metal runner running down through here has got a bow in it. I don't know, but I'm going to try to straighten it. Alright, looks good. Now all we got to do is measure and cut for this last piece. It's not going to be a full sheet. Always measure twice, cut once. Alright, 39.5. Alright, I went and ripped up the scraps to fill in our gap right here on the edge. Don't want to waste anything, so let's put them in place, and I guess first off, see if they're even going to fit. Man, it shaves some off that one. Yeah. Oh yeah, beautiful. Very front of the trailer is definitely not sprung out as wide. We need something 2 inches and get it down to 1.5 inches. All right, let's see if this last piece will fit down in the puzzle. Oh man, I didn't think of that piece. I forgot about the tongue down here on this piece. Don't need it. Now, oh come on, just a fraction. Yeah. Alright, now I'm just going to screw it down. I can tell you, you'd a lot rather use these Torx bits. A lot of people call them star bits. They're called Torx. They don't strip out near as easy as a Phillips. All right, I'm not going to bore you with me screwing the rest of this all the way down. I just don't want it shifting in there, because once I pour that epoxy on there, I don't want it shifting and it cracking the epoxy for it to leak through. So all I'm going to do is just run down through here, probably put 2 screws on each side of the building, and that way I'll hold these boards secure. All right, the next thing I'm not that confident in. I'm going to try to install a door in the side of this thing. And we'll just use the roll-up door. During the summertime, roll it up with chicken wire over the end for ventilation. But this will be our entrance and exit. Now I just got to figure out how I'm going to do this. It's definitely going to take a little bit of thought process before I start cutting. All right, I have never ever said follow my carpentry skills. I'm not confident in my own carpentry skills. But what I've done is I've pushed the door up next to the wall, kind of traced it out where the door jam's going to go in, and then come in with my level made my lines straighter, square, more level, whatever you want to call it. I'm just working up the courage to cut a hole in the side of this thing. Before we cut a hole in the side of the wall, I need to go ahead and cut this rubber off. All this is a bump guard for when they're hauling supplies. Let's go back to the grinder and cut off the blade. A little warm. No more melting it. Ow! Why did I do that again? That's stupid. Watch the camera. All right, got that off, so I got to do this. I just still working up the courage, or I don't know. We'll give it a shot. Here goes nothing. All right, we're about there. I didn't have this on earlier, but it did not take me long to get it on. I'm pretty nervous around, this has got fiberglass in it, and one of my coworkers actually got hospitalized for 2 weeks, maybe even a little bit longer, because he was remodeling his bathroom and inhaled fiberglass from his shower into his lungs and got an infection in his lungs, and he was pretty nervous. He even asked the doctor, was he gonna die? So when you're remodeling, make sure you're using a respirator of some sort, safety glasses, keep things out of your eyes. You can't grow new eyes. So let's finish this up, knock this out. Oh man, it's heavy. Get this thing off. I can breathe. So these walls are made out of plywood, but they've got a fiberglass lining on them. So if you're ever remodeling an 18-wheeler trailer for whatever reason and cutting the inside wall, make sure you use a respirator of some sort. All right, it's all but in. I got a little bit of trimming on this edge just to square it up where it'll fall right in up here. And then this door, all I'm gonna do next is put some 2x4 framing on this, screw from the outside into that, and then screw them into the door frame. So this is it. Not quite finished with the floor. Of course, I'm gonna seal it. Got the door in. Door works awesome. We've got the door that you raise up right there. That'll raise up, but we've built a 2-piece frame. We're gonna put hardware cloth down here on the bottom on both sections, then chicken wire from there all the way up. That way during the summer we can roll the door up and get good ventilation in here. And I built that with 2 different panels that are screwed to the wall and screwed together in the middle. That way we can remove them and clean the whole floor out. Have a bucket of a tractor right there, shovel, sweep all of our shavings and chicken litter into the bucket and make it easier to clean out. Definitely one of the things I want to do in here, if we're going to do any video in here, we're definitely going to need some better lighting. That one light bulb is not enough. It is enough to see while you're working in here for chicks or whatever, and then on top of that we've got the skylights. So I'm trying to figure out exactly what kind of lighting I'm gonna put in here. If you ever run into a 18-wheeler box like this that you want to convert into a chick brooder for some reason, I did it. It's super simple. Put you a walk-through door. Actually, this would make a really good little shop building, storage building, anything. So keep your eye out for them. They're actually a really, really handy thing to have around the homestead. I'm ready to go inside for the night. We'll catch y'all later. Thanks for watching, and God bless. Maybe. Have so much trouble getting into a box of screws. There we go.